Hey there, Aries. So, I'm going to start a new round of doing tarot readings for the horoscope signs here. I thought I would do a financial or career or employment-based reading. This is going to be for the month of February to see what the energy is going to be like for this month. I'm going to discuss those of you who are looking for work or thinking about investments, financial avenues, seeing if there's going to be an increase in your finances, that kind of vibe, right? Bearing in mind what I'm about to talk to you about, as a disclosure, does not replace any financial advice or any, medical, professional, legal advice of any kind. These are for entertainment purposes only, but do we love to get into money readings like this? Absolutely. So let's get her done. Okay, we are starting off, with the Star card in the reversal. And the Ace of Wands is here. Aries. Okay, let's talk about the Star card first, historically speaking, as usual. So the Star card is about your desires. It's about your wishes. If you think about the trajectory of a sailor out on the sea, what is it that they would use to navigate to their goal or to their gold? Maybe they were looking to go find another ship. Maybe they were trying to find land. Whoever the sailor was on his boat, he would use the stars to navigate to his goal. And those stars were always there. And that land was always there. And the gold that he was after was always there before him. He just had to get there. In the reversal position, the Star card doubles down on the reality that you do have an increase in the possibility of finances, settling things down, right? Getting things in good order. But when this is in the reversal, the Star card has a tendency to talk about how you might feel a little bit more hopeless in this dynamic. For some of you who are looking for a job, you may have been trying to look for a job for quite some time, or it's getting like it's weighing on you. So that sentiment of hopelessness comes in with that Star card. But reminder, the Star card in the reversal means you have something to be hopeful for. So you have to kind of check yourself all of a sudden. For those of you who have been waiting for a raise, or perhaps you're waiting on some kind of a closing or a negotiation or a contract to come through, and you're feeling like it's drawn out, it's long and drawn out. Why is it taking so long? The Star card means you get your wish fulfillment. It will be done. Okay? It is done in the biblical sense. It's just a matter of time. So you can take that hopelessness, and every time you feel it, just keep riding it out. Keep riding the wave, my dears. Now, the Ace of Wands is here, I want to mention, because this is really interesting. The Ace of Wands is typically an energy for this month of February that talks about some kind of a new creative idea that gets birthed, essentially. This new idea, like, maybe you have been looking for employment and you maybe are looking at only receptionist positions or only a job as a chef. Suddenly the Ace of Wands is here and it gives you this new road, this new creative potential where you're like, maybe I could be, a Uber driver, or maybe I could do some self-employment. Whatever it is, it's like a bit of a eureka moment where you have multiple options and then this one really good option comes out to you. Even for those of you who are dealing with like contracts or negotiations, perhaps you're waiting for some kind of an inheritance or some kind of finalization. When's the moment going to arrive? Right before it does, according to the Ace of Wands, you suddenly have some kind of a eureka moment that's going to happen. An idea pops off for a new path for you to all of a sudden make this transition smoother when it comes to how you're dealing with your money. That includes your investments. Even for those of you who are dealing with investments, partway through February, all of a sudden that eureka moment could happen where you've got a lot of different options and then you just hit one all of a sudden. That's the beauty of the Ace of Wands. There's just something that pops off and you're like, oh, that's the investment that I want to take. Let's talk about the center of the reading now. This is an important one. This is a beautiful energy to get, though, because the Ace of Cups is notorious for being a time of indecision. A time where you have this cup, that cup. You could go over here, you could go over there. You're wandering around. What do I do? Where do I hand my resumes? What conversations do I have? When should I make the phone calls? All of this, like, what if, what that. But in the reversal, the Eight of Cups becomes the card of desire and willpower to get shit done. And that's a beautiful card to have immediately next to the Ace of Wands when some kind of a path is about to pop off for you. Imagine a path popping off in your world of finances, but you don't have the willpower or the gumption to go after it. In this case, you do. Not surprised, Aries, because what are you dealing with? Hello, Saturn in Aries. Hello, Neptune in Aries. Like, you guys, I would not be surprised if it is this February where you feel like it is darkest before the dawn, because that star card is here. Again, it feels like a sense of hopelessness. And then wha-bam, you've got that path that just opens up. And you've got that Eight of Cups energy that says that you have that time to go for it. I want to remind you something else about the Eight of Cups, because it comes right after the Seven of Cups. Like I said, it can be times where somebody is trying to make a decision what path to go. But in the reversal, let me remind you, this is the card of the Great Feast. The Great Feast. And over 100 years ago, Arthur Edward Waite, who was the creator of the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, and this deck, the Gustave Doré deck that I'm using right now, is based off of his deck. When he specified the Eight of Cups in the reversal, he talked about not just a feast of celebration and victory, which is what this card talks about, guys. He said it was a great joy. It was a great joy. So yes, there was hopelessness, but it's getting replaced. And it's all starting with this dynamic of February. Like, what a winning energy. Let me pull a couple extra cards here. Let me shuffle this deck. I'm just going to see what else we have. I'm curious about that Ace of Wands. The Hermit card is here. Interesting. It is a new path, right? See, the Ace of Wands, as I had mentioned, it's this idea of like actually, it's not just an idea of a new path. It's actually historically the hand of God that actually gives you a new path. If you look at, if I have it here, do I have it here? Oh, I do. Oh, it's a really cool card to get. Once I find, let me just shuffle through. I'm going to show you guys how cool it is to look at the hand of God's energy on this card. It's a fantastic card, the Ace of Wands. What it insinuates is that it was the exact moment. This is the exact moment when you are supposed to have a financial lift off and a new path, because of that manifestation quality where the universe or creator or spirit right here, or whatever you want to call it, is bringing something into your life so that you can use it to benefit. Watch this, right? Ace of Wands, traditional Ace of Wands. It's just that this traditional one paints a really good picture. I wonder if I have a little pen that I can kind of highlight here for you. Actually, let's use this one here. Watch this. This is what happens when you are a seasoned tarot reader. Check this out. Okay, so the hand of God, here's your Ace of Wands. Here's your path in the month of February. You have a creative wand here, and the creative wand represents your desire. Now, your desire is to, get money, have a good roof over your head, have a good experience. Maybe some of you want to travel. Well, guess who it is that gave you the desire in the first place? Who is giving you the willpower? It's the spiritual side. It's the spiritual world. The hand of God, creator, Sophia, Ruach, whatever you want to call it. The divine feminine. The desire that you have to take things up a notch, to deal with your finances in a certain way, or to deal with investments, maybe a partnership in a certain way. That desire is not coming from you. You think it is. In the world of free will, which is very much an English kind of way of looking at things, but historically, we could have called it free understanding, when the universe itself co-creates with us and says, here, I've got something for you, and then you run with it, right? Now, if you look at this card, it's a really neat card that talks about these little blips of light that light up this huge path. And by little blips of light, I want you to look at these right here. See these leaves? 1, 2, 3 leaves on the top, 1 leaf on the bottom. 1, 2, 3 leaves on the bottom, 1 leaf on the top. Again, you have to be a pretty damn seasoned tarot reader to even find the value in why this image is split and mirrored right down the middle. 1, 2, 3, right? Even this here, 2 leaves pointing down, 1 leaf pointing up, 2 leaves pointing up, 1 leaf pointing down. 2 trees over here, 1 tree separate. Trees on this side, no trees on that side. Nature, civilization. The entire image is a split mirrored image that says to you, as above, so below. The thing, the path, the ability to build your entire castle up on a beautiful green hill. Out of all of the stones in the world that you could get to bring forward to build your beautiful home, the universe is saying, here, I have it for you. That's how amazing the path is. Your job in this, much like the Eight of Cups, is to cross the path over to where you build and make the manifested world bend to your will. Isn't it a wonderful card to get? I'm not even kidding, guys. If there was any better cards to get for a new path of new investments and building such success, a castle of success high up on that hill, none other than the Ace of Wands, except for looking at, say, like the wish fulfillment, 9 of Cups and 10 of Pentacles. And like, so you've got a really great card. I think those 3 are king shit when it comes to dealing with money. Now this Hermit card, though. This Hermit card is the card of a path, but it is most specifically the card of the spiritual path. I love that it's in the upright position because it tells me that when the time comes to get your wish fulfilled, you're going to grab it. In fact, historically, if I was to bring out that deck again, the Hermit is usually holding a lantern in his hand, and you know what the Hermit is holding in that lantern? The lantern is lit up by the star. So you have both cards that indicate wish fulfillment. Okay, the star itself, the star card. Yes, it's the card of you need better hope because you've got something to be hopeful for, but it's the card of wish fulfillment too. When you wish upon a star, right? That's the key to the star. And it is the Hermit who holds the star in his hand. His wish and his desire is what leads him. So yes, you have a new path. And when it comes and that idea and that eureka moment happens in February, follow the ever-living shit out of it, please, guys. If you see a resume or a location and you're like, should I follow that? Do it. If there's an investment that comes in and you're like, should I invest in that? It's making you light up. It feels a certain way in your heart. Do it. Because again, you have 2 cards of that perfect moment where you follow the path because something comes in that fulfills a wish and it's a completely great joy. I also want to mention one last thing before I end this reading off here. There is a dynamic for some of you with the 8 of Cups where you could redo something from the past. When I say that, I mean, as an example, maybe there was a kind of job that you once wanted to do. This could be a new version of the path where you go back to something that you didn't actually get to lift off. You didn't get to do properly. And now the 8 of Cups has you returning back to a point of great joy. Some of you, if it's like legal negotiations or contractual things, you might have found that in the past, the contract couldn't get done. You dealt with it before, and then you come back and you renegotiate a part of the contract. That includes like house purchases. For any of you who are trying to settle on a house or a purchase of that kind of a nature, again, you could have already dealt with this situation once, and now all of a sudden in the month of February, you are redoing the negotiation on that, and it pans out for you because a new negotiation clause or contract piece comes into play. This is, for some of you, this will be like in the realms of employment. You could have handed a resume in somewhere else that you thought you were not going to get the job for, and then all of a sudden a new path opens up and you get notified and a call back from that particular place. That's what this is about. This is a new path that opens up. It promises wish fulfillment with your finances. And for a lot of you, you may not have realized you could have done this a little while ago, or you could have changed the route a little while ago. And now in the month of February, it's going to benefit you. And that is a financial reading for the month of February for entertainment purposes. I will talk to you guys later. I'm going to go and actually do a week by week financial reading over on TikTok. If you're interested in that, you can always follow me over there. That's going to be some extra content. If you ever want to grab a membership with me on TikTok, you can get that. And I'm also going to do a free video for people in the realms of love over on TikTok in a moment. about what a person thinks of you. Because I'm not going to leave you guys with no love readings. Come on now. Just because I like to dabble in the world of career and finances and all things employment, I'm definitely going to tap into a little bit of love too. I mean, Valentine's Day is coming up in 14 or so days, or 15, 16 days. So yeah, we got a little bit of everything that I'll deal with. If you're interested, again, you can always grab a private reading. My 2 questions are for $20. $20 for 2 questions, and those are same day readings. So the same day that you order a reading is also the same day I can send it back to you. I get them done nice and quickly. A good old 15-minute video sent your way. You get to watch the entire video of your cards getting pulled. It's really neat. And that's everything, I think. If you don't want anything tarot related, you can always join me over on Facebook and Instagram. I'm pretty easy to find. I'm the only Winnie D with green hair in her profile picture. So you can find me over there. That's everything. Ciao for now, guys.